All right, everyone, it is the second episode of the Studio Breakdown series that I started, and this time we're going to be looking at It's Always Sunny's podcast, which I've always loved the show, and I thought their podcast was pretty cool. They have some cool things going on. I think they had a foreground element in the main camera for a while, but in this version they don't have that, but they do have a producer camera, which is pretty interesting. Let's take a look at it. Here's their wide shot. They used to have kind of like a little shelf here. It looks like this camera angle, they changed it, which it used to be kind of on this desk. Maybe when producer's not there, they have they have the camera like behind her here, and they had like a little phone or something, like kind of cool little elements here that you would see on this main camera, but today it's going to be off to the side. It looks like they have a large light source here, like a square, or maybe it's like 2 or 3 or 1 for each, but I think I'm gonna go with 1, and then it's like probably draped over, so it's all just like coming down here as this one light source. They got another here just for the background, another one here kind of looking at that wall to light that up, and then they got the sign, which is lighting up that with a kind of like a cooler tone. But yeah, I'm gonna play with a really large light source on top. We'll try to do a lantern first, see if that looks the same. On this shot, we can even see, I think this is the producer camera. And then on Glenn's shot, they have a shelf. That light we saw in the wide might also be hitting the back shelf, or there might be, actually it might be its own light. So this light has its own light for the shelf. We got some fake plants, and then we got some fake plants on, we got a fake plant in each shot. Maybe they're real. These could also be real, but I don't know. I'm gonna go with fake. We got all their mics doing this kind of cool like T-shape. I think they're all doing that. Yeah, just very standard. These stands, I believe they're they're like industry standard. And then yeah, for Charlie's, we got that light. We got is it a piano? No, it was just kind of like a shelf, a little drinking area. And then we got this plant, and we got a piano back here, and then a little bit of the sign. And then yeah, back to the wide. So we got a lot of cameras going on. I believe, yeah, we got 5 cameras, including the producer. So yeah, let's try to recreate that. Right, so that took a little bit longer to set up because we had 5 cameras. So let's take a look at them. Let me actually change this angle just a little bit. Okay. So there's Charlie's camera. Now we're looking at the wide. That's, again, it's like off to the center. It's not right in the center of the shot, which is pretty interesting. You usually see it like, you would see those 2 walls and the back wall, but we have it off to the side. I think that's pretty cool. Here is Mac's camera. Just pretty straightforward. We got a 75 on a full frame at 2.8, and this is 75. I think I left them all at 75. Yeah, and then here's Glenn's. And he's actually in this shot, in the wide shot, he's actually hiding the camera on the real one. The camera's moved over just a little bit. So for lighting, it's probably not as crazy as this. but we have the light from the sign. It's very blue. For our other practical, it's just hitting this wall with the plant, adding a little bit of texture there. Probably can increase this up a little bit. Let's go to this one. This is hitting that back wall to light up that decor. It's not really hitting Charlie there. And then I was trying to figure out, all of their faces look pretty well lit. If it was just above their heads, we would have a lot of raccoon eyes going on, which isn't bad. I mean, you can kind of see it a little bit in some of the shots. For the most part, I think they were all lit up. So I just put 3 soft boxes, kind of like in a triangle for them. And I gave a producer one as well. So let's go to producer cam, which is so funny. I've never seen a producer cam before. Boom. And this is all the way at 160. We can probably bring it back to like 150. And I left the little mics in there. I didn't put the stands, but you can kind of tell like how they're going. Even in, I believe, this shot, I think some of Charlie's mic stand is actually in this shot. But yeah, this is pretty cool. It's a cool studio. I always liked a pretty simple setup. I mean, we got our 3 cams plus a 4th cam for the shots. So our wide, usually we do a wide and then 2 shots, on the sides, or 1 shot for this and then 1 shot for 2 people. But on this podcast, they have 1 camera dedicated to each person on top of the wide, on top of having a producer cam, which I think this camera also is a piano. When they have the piano, like they just turn it right here to the piano shot. For our other practical, we have a little lamp. Let's go back to our main shot here. And we have a little practical back here. So it's just our little lamp. But that is the It's Always Sunny podcast. That's how I think they did it. They might have tube lights up here. They might do it just a little differently, but that's how I would do it. So yeah, let's take a look at them side by side. Back to back, you have a little bit of the light bleeding here. I guess there was more blue here. And then I have that other light hitting the piano as well. This is supposed to be a piano. I don't know if you can tell. But yeah. I think the camera was tilted just a little bit off to more towards the center, I think. Or sorry, more to the side than mine, but that's pretty close. Yeah, that's not bad. I guess there's more yellow hitting from this light. I think I have a lot of the other key light hitting him. Could probably use more yellow on that side. So this is pretty good. Probably even, yeah, not bad. If I actually had a good shelf here, I think that would be almost perfect. Yeah, this light just hitting all this stuff in the background. There's our little camera, which I don't have in this shot. So they have it right up against that shelf. I didn't see that. I thought it was, or no, it's not. I don't know. It's in a weird spot, but it's in this shot and the other one. I would probably just let it be in one of the shots. Yeah, it's not bad. I think it looks actually decent. I feel like her light is a little bit farther away from her. That's why I think it could be just a big flat panel versus the 3 key lights, but it still looks good. So that is the It's Always Sunny podcast breakdown that I put together. I hope it helps you figure out any inspirations again for your studios. Let me know.